Dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig
it? What's up, you disco-slashing loving bastards, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and today we have a fabulous horror classic lined up for you. It is Paul Lynch's 1980 masterpiece, Prom Night, and yes, it is as outrageous as you would think. A great 80s slasher, and just a great entertaining film in general, so let's dive right in. Here is Prom Night. Prom Night is a wicked early 80s slasher flick with a heavy dose of atmosphere and a fantastic cast of characters to fill in its demented cinematic world of disco dancing and bloody revenge. Brimming with paranoia and maleficent overtones, the production does a fantastic job in setting the stage and throwing us headlong into a high school drama of terror. Dark, sadistic, and all kinds of funky, Prom Night is a smashingly entertaining horror romp that puts the slash in slasher. The film takes place 6 years after a horrible accident involving a little girl who was bullied, resulting in her falling tragically to her death. Now someone is out for revenge, as they stalk and murder everyone involved in the accident. With the night of the prom looming and the killer closing in on the last remaining bullies, will anyone survive this formal night from hell? Jamie Lee Curtis takes on the role of Kimberly Hammond, an innocent teenager who lost her sister 6 years prior to a horrible accident. Curtis does a great job in the central role, as she captures that typical teen persona and fresh-faced innocence to perfection, making us root for her and care about her well-being. No stranger to the genre, she performs with commendable flair, and she absolutely steals the show, whether she's being sadistically stalked by a masked killer or living it up on the dance floor and boogieing down. Of course, with this being an 80s slasher, the film is jam-packed with some outrageous characters and personalities that help liven up the cinematic world of Prom Night. The primed victims and outrageous performers are Casey Stevens as Nick McBride, a dopey-looking prom king disco dancer who's the love-struck boyfriend of Kimberly Hammond, Leslie Nielsen as Mr. Hammond, Kimberly's father and stern principal at Hamilton High School, Anne Marie Martin as Wendy Richards, a bitchy and vindictive beauty queen who's Kimberly's arch-rival, Michael Tuff as Alex Hammond, Kimberly's younger brother and fervent protector, Joy Thompson as Jude Cunningham, a bubbly and weird teen who's friends with Kimberly, Mary Beth Rubens as Kelly Lynch, a beautiful and shy friend of Kimberly's who's coy about going all the way on prom night, and finally David Mucci as Lou Farmer, a unibrow sporting jerkwad who wants to take down Kimberly and her snobby friends. Everyone does a remarkably succinct job in coming off as genuine and believable, helping to drive home the grounded and lived-in nature of this brutal cinematic world. Steeped in atmosphere and using the annual extravaganza that is Prom Night to the fullest, the film uses the festivities to perfection as everything leads up to the big night, with wild and bloody results. The visuals of the production are extremely moody and sets the story in a disco-maddening fever dream, where masked crazed killers and catchy tunes collide in spectacular fashion. It's a flashy presentation to say the least, and the wild characters and off-kilter personalities of the picture match wonderfully with the expressive and violent nature of the production. Though gradual in its lust for blood and guts, the film still manages to maintain a nasty disposition. It helps forge this twisted revenge film into a rather interesting and extremely distinct slasher flick. If you've run the gamut of 80s slashers and somehow this classic effort has passed you by, you owe it to yourself to give it a chance and soak up all the nostalgic wonder and groovy mayhem. sometimes unsettling and always entertaining. This is one horror flick you need to check out for yourself. In the end, Prom Night is a classy slasher flick with a venomous persona, one that kicks ass, takes names, and plummets into an uncontrollable disco inferno. And there you have it, you dancing queens. That is the extremely entertaining and just kind of obscure for being such a cult classic flick, Prom Night. Really unusual, but like I said, very entertaining. Cast does an amazing job. The setting, atmosphere, the music, it's just really set in that time period of 1980, and I absolutely love it for it. But guys, that is it from me. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe, and if you have time, leave a comment below, because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, I will see you all at the next movie review. Take care.